Hi, my name is Fiona from ShiFio Patterns. Today I'm going to show you how to make the base cocoon for our Owl Cocoon crochet pattern. We are going to be doing the 0 to 3 month size, and I have used double knitting yarn if you're in the United Kingdom, or light worsted yarn if you're in the United States. We have used baby mint for this cocoon. I will be using a 4mm crochet hook and 155 grams of yarn. The tension or gauge for this project is 9 trebles if you're in the UK, or double crochet if you're in the United States, by 4 rows to 5 centimeters or 2 inches. You should check your gauge before starting any project. You don't want to get it finished and realize that it's too large or it's too small. Okay, so we're going to start with 34 chain. Now we're going to move on to the first round. We're going to do 1 double crochet into the second chain from hook. Or if you're in the United States, it would be 1 single crochet. And then 1 double crochet into each chain until the end. Okay, that's us done our double crochet or single crochet round. Before I slip stitch to join the round, I'm going to check the stitch count. It's always best to do that. I have got quite far into a pattern and then realised I've missed out a stitch, so it's just easier to just check every row. So you should have 33 stitches. So I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, single crochet. Okay, so for round 2, we are going to do 1 chain and then 2 double crochet or 2 single crochet if you're in the United States into each stitch until the end. Okay, so that's us done our second round, which is 2 double crochet / single crochet into each stitch to end. Again, before I slip stitch into the top of the beginning double crochet, I am going to count stitches. So you should have 66 stitches. So slip stitch into the top of there. And as you'll probably see, there's a gap at the bottom of the cocoon. I did not want to have an increasing circle start to this cocoon. I wanted it to look a little ruffled at the bottom, so that's why I've done this. At the end of the cocoon, we will take a needle and put a thread through, closing up this small gap here between the chains and this large gap here. So round 3, you start with a 3 chain, or you can start with an invisible treble, which I prefer to do. It just makes it look neater, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you start off with 1 chain and you make a double crochet into the first stitch. Then you put your hook into this bit here in between the 2 stitches. You grab the yarn, you pull through, you grab the yarn and pull through. and that is what I like to call an invisible treble, an invisible 3-chain or visible treble at the start of a round. So next we will do 2 trebles, or if you're in the UK, or 2 double crochets if you're in the United States, into the next 2 stitches. And then you do 1 treble into the next stitch. I'm going to repeat this to the end. So it's 2 trebles into 2 stitches. That's 1. 5 trebles. Second set, and then 1 treble into the next stitch, and you just repeat that to the end. This pattern actually started off as a doorstop. My son was very small, so I actually designed this quite some years ago now. He's now 10, and I needed something to keep the door open. And I was really popular at the time, so I decided to design a little doorstop. And so I was designing this little doorstop, and I realised that it would be great for a baby cocoon, because baby cocoons were becoming really popular. So I put the doorstop down, and I think I bought one in the end, and I put it into a cocoon. And I actually, the first pattern, the actual first size I made it in was like beiges and greens, very kind of forest colours, and it was okay. I quite liked it. And then I made it in whites and pinks. If you want to see the photos, they're on our website, or I might put a couple at the end of the video. And then I had to put it away because we moved house and there was lots going on. And then one day I showed it to a family member, and she said, "Oh, that's beautiful, you know, you should really put that out as a pattern." So I made it in the green, so that I had all 3 sizes made, so I could take lots of nice photos. And we put it out for sale, and it's been very, very popular. Very popular pattern, especially the green colour. We've had lots of people ask what yarn it is and what the actual colour is. So now you know what colour. Baby Mint by ShiFio. Okay, so now that's round 3 done. So again, before I slip stitch into the top of the beginning 3 chain, if that's what you've done, or my little invisible 3 chain, I'm just going to count the stitches. So after round 3, so 1, 2, 3, you should have 110 stitches. Okay, so it looks all kind of ruffled at the moment, but it will flatten out, believe me. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of the invisible treble. Again, if you've done it this way, it's a lot easier joining than trying to join it onto the top of a 3 chain. Well, that's my opinion anyway. So for round 4, we are going to do, again, the invisible treble to start off with. So make your double crochet, then slip your hook in between, pull the yarn through, and finish it off like a double crochet. Then we're going to do 1 treble or 1 double crochet into each stitch until the end. And then when you get to the end, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the invisible 3 chain. Right, so now we've completed round 4. You're going to repeat round 4 31 more times. So that is 3 chain to start, 1 treble into each stitch to end, slip stitch into top of 3 chain. And then you're going to come out with this. It's one I've made earlier. Okay, and so as you can see, you can still see the seam up the back. I mean, it's a lot better than just a 3 chain using the invisible 3 chain. But still, so what we're going to do is we're going to break our yarn, and then we're going to turn it over. Okay. So then to rejoin, to find where we want to rejoin, you want to just hold the cocoon like this, and you're going to pick the stitch to the left and put your hook in. Okay. And then you're going to rejoin your yarn to that stitch. So you're going to make a 3 chain or an invisible treble, as I've done here, or invisible 3 chain, as I've done here. Then you're going to treble 2 together if you're in the United Kingdom, or double crochet 2 together if you are in the United States. And then you are going to do 1 treble if you're in the United Kingdom, or 1 double crochet if you are in the United States, into each stitch up until the last 3. So you're going to stop when you get to the last 3 stitches. I'm going to stop here for a moment. I hate sewing ends. I really hate sewing the ends. So what I like to do is I catch a hold of my yarn that I'm using at the moment, and I catch a hold of this yarn, as you can see, and I kind of lie it across the back of the stitches and hold it with my finger. And then when I'm making my treble, I catch the yarn, I don't know if you can see this, I catch the yarn along the top here. And make my treble. See, there's the yarn there. It's sitting along the top of my stitches there. That way I don't have to sew in. Haha. Okay. So we've got to the last 3 stitches. So you're going to treble 2 together if you're in the United Kingdom, or double crochet 2 together if you're in the United States. Then you're going to do 1 treble into the last stitch. Okay. Now, a lot of people like to just turn here and work back. And that is probably easier. But because we have done the main part of the cocoon in rounds, all the stitches are facing the same way. So you can see that there's a difference between the back of the stitches and the front of the stitches. So to keep the split part uniform, the same as the rest of the owl cocoon, I like to break the yarn here. And I have told you I hate sewing in ends. And then what I would normally do is rejoin my yarn to the top of the first stitch of the last row. As I say, if you want to, you can just turn and carry on. So the next row, row 2, I'm going to rejoin my yarn. Do my invisible 3 chain again. Then you do 1 treble into each stitch to end. Okay, so I finished row 2 on there. And we are going to repeat row 2 another 6 more times. Again, if you want to turn here, you can, it's up to you. I just like keeping the look uniform across the whole cocoon. Okay, so now that I have completed the 6 rows of 1 treble, if you're in the UK, 1 double crochet into each stitch to end. So this split is now 8 rows long. I have sewed in the edges. Looks pretty cute. So now I am going to sew up this end, and I want to turn it inside out. First of all, I'm going to close the wee gap in the original chain. And then I'm just going to go around the bottom. Going in one, and out the other. Pull in as I go. Okay, I'll pull it in, just oops, sew up the end. I will be doing the rest of the pattern, so the eyes, the beak, the wings, etc. on separate videos. And hopefully I will be posting the links below. I have my trusty embroidery scissors. I think these are good for getting really close in. And voila. See? Isn't that cute? Bottom to the cocoon. There we go, that's the basic cocoon finished for the 0 to 3 month size. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.